to Wembley police station just to see whether or not they've learnt their lesson and they understand about respecting people's right to film, but also to see whether or not they uphold your rights. And that's what we have to look at, and that's what we do. So, what I'm going to do now, guys, is cross the road and try and get in a little bit further and see what's what. So, that's exactly what I'll do. That's got to be a first whilst at the station, actually getting a good morning. So at the moment, guys, it's a reception area, but there are quite a fair few people in the reception area, so I'll give them their privacy and I will just let them get on with that. And if it becomes empty while I'm here, then I'll take a little look in, but until then I'll just sort of take a wander out around here. Just there, just by that wooden plank, was where I got stopped there too by the equivalent to like a football team that came out, and
Alright, folks, buckle up, because today we're back at Wembley Police Station, and it's about to get intense. Our auditor is on a mission, testing whether officers understand one of the most basic public rights, the right to film in public. But this isn't just a walk in the park, it's a clash of authority versus accountability. We've seen this station struggle before with public scrutiny, and today, we're about to find out if they've learned their lesson, or if old habits die hard. Expect polite greetings that mask tension, tactical maneuvers that hint at ego clashes, and some classic head-scratching moments where law and perception collide. Stay tuned, because this isn't just about filming, it's about testing the culture inside one of the busiest public service institutions in the country.
Often it's per shift, but yeah. Let's just sort of wait and see what sort of happens. So what I'll do, guys, is I'll just hold it there, and then I will come back to you shortly. I'm good, thank you.
Asterisk, notice the subtlety here. A simple, good morning, sets the stage for what looks like normal community interaction. But seasoned auditors know that civility can sometimes be a ruse, a tool to lower defenses before authority gets serious. The auditor isn't here to provoke, they're here to observe how officers respond when their control is challenged by something as simple as a camera. And right away, we see the tension of perception versus legality. The officers know the auditor has rights, but the question is whether they respect them when authority feels tested. Viewers, ask yourself, how would you react if someone quietly tested your knowledge of the law in your workplace?
He thought about it, but then I think he thought better of it.
Now we're shifting focus to the station itself. The auditor notes staffing levels and the number of people in reception, highlighting how large teams don't automatically translate to legal awareness or professional conduct. This is a classic moment in audits. It's not about real-time crime, it's about how officers handle scrutiny. Notice the calm observation, walking around, waiting for moments to test authority, but also the anticipation. Every officer, every movement, every polite greeting becomes a potential signal. And here's the drama: the bigger the station and the more staff present, the more the auditor's presence itself becomes a disruption. It's psychology in action. Control is being tested before law even enters the...
I don't have a problem with filming, I'll just ask you a question more.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want you to identify yourself properly.
That's it.
Okay, and your shoulder number, please.
It's 842 Charlie Oscar.
842 Charlie Oscar. Okay.
How's that? So I would just like to speak to you about why you're filming.
Well, why do you feel that there's a need to speak to me about filming?
Potentially because you're doing it outside a police station. That's the only reason I'm really checking you. I appreciate it's a public space.
Okay.
I appreciate you're entitled to film.
There we go. So then if you've actually said that, you should know that there's no problem.
Not necessarily. That's what I'm concerned about, sir. Is obviously you're filming outside the police station.
Okay, are you
people coming in and out? That's the only reason.
And what I'm doing, is it lawful or not?
Potentially, it could be considered.
Now, is it lawful or not to film?
Filming in a public place is lawful.
There we go.
It could potentially be classified as also start policies.
Okay, and what is your reasonable suspicion then for that? What would that be?
Because obviously I've seen you filming.
Well, that's not reasonable suspicion.
Well, it is.
No, it's not. You've got to have backup evidence, okay, for reasonable suspicion.
Sorry, you've been filming the gate.
Yes.
Filming. You agree? You've been filming police officers coming in.
I've been filming. I've been filming public property, okay, and people that are there to serve and protect the public.
And absolutely fine. I have no issue with
Okay.
that. And that's why I'm checking and speaking to yourself, okay, and want to confirm exactly who you are and what you're doing.
Well, I'm not going to confirm who I am because I don't need to.
Well, you do. Actually.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. Don't tell me I have to.
You detain me because I'm concerned.
Under what law? Give me the law that you're going to detain me on then.
For the purpose of I'm concerned that.
Yeah, but what law? What actual law are you going to detain me under?
Sir.
You still haven't told me that. You can't just tell me you're going to detain me. You need to tell me what law you're detaining me under. So what law are you detaining me?
Look, potentially I'm concerned about...
No, yeah, but you being concerned isn't the actual law. You said you're detaining me. I'm asking you to tell me what actual law you're detaining me under.
Okay. Can we just have a chat?
If you're going to detain me, then you need to tell me what law you're going to detain me under. If you can't tell me a law that you're going to detain me under, then I'm not detained.
Okay. Prevention of terrorism. I didn't want to be there. I know it's, obviously, you don't mind you filming. I don't particularly have an issue with it. I just wanted to ask you some questions about what...
Yeah, and as I've said, I don't need to identify myself. You told me you're going to detain me. I've asked you to specifically tell me what law you are detaining me under. If you can't tell me that law, then you are not doing your job correctly and you do not know the law. And for that, you shouldn't be serving the public if you can't even tell me what law you're potentially going to try and detain me under.
So, I'm trying to be reasonable.
Well, I'm being reasonable. I've asked you to do your job properly. Okay, and to tell me if you're going to detain me, then what law are you going to detain me under?
Under Terrorism Act.
Yeah, what part? What part of the Terrorism Act are you going to detain me under? You can't just say the Terrorism Act. You need to give me the specific part. There's a lot in the Terrorism Act.
There is.
Okay, so I'm asking you for the specific part of the Terrorism Act. Okay, can you actually do that?
At this precise moment, no.
Okay, so in other words, you can't tell me the actual precise law.
I'm just asking you politely.
Well, no, you are not doing your job correctly.
And therefore, that's a learning experience for myself.
So, you not doing your job correctly, I am not detained, okay? So, you either move on with your business and leave me alone, okay? Or, you do whatever you're doing, okay? So, that's your call that you make, okay? So, you make that choice for yourself.
Okay, and I will do. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
We'll get back to you.
So guys, what an absolute joke that was. So he's telling me he's going to detain me, okay, under the Terrorism Act, but he has no idea, okay, he can't just say Terrorism Act, okay, he is absolutely full of bull. That he has no idea what the law is, and he should not be in that position, okay, of serving an actual, as a serving constable, that he should not be serving the public when he don't even know the law. And I don't think you can get any more blunt than that. Then that was that guy that came out and then walked all the way around that where that fence is.
Asterisk, a prior encounter near the wooden fence is referenced here, giving context to escalation patterns. This shows the auditor's method, remembering past interactions, observing staff behavior, and noting how the culture of a station responds over time. And pay attention, there's a layer of suspense in every step. A polite approach is maintained, but the audience can sense that the calm could shift at any moment. In many audits, civility is just the calm before the storm. The